you everybody for tuning in again. I'm Dylan Ariaza, the sommelier here at San Dimas Wine Shop and Tasting Room. And we've got another great tasting this week that is all based around Father's Day coming up this Sunday. So make sure you come in and get your dad some wine. Let's talk about, I'm going to do a couple of housekeeping items first, and then we'll talk about the wine since I always do that towards the end. This coming Thursday, the 26th.
June 25th.
June 25th, thank you, Kristen. I knew I was going to screw that up. June 25th at 6:30 p.m. we are doing the Trent House Wine Dinner at Pomona Fairplex at the farm. And great menu. If a lot of you haven't seen it, it's posted here at the shop. It's $110 for non-members and $100 for members. So make sure you sign up as a member and make sure you come to that wine dinner because it's going to be a great menu. And then also on July 6th we start Italy, so you'll start seeing the flyers now going in underneath the tables, and you'll be able to see which regions we're going to be covering. But it's a total of 4 weeks, and we're basically taking the north, the central north, the north, the central north, central south, and then the south part of Italy. We're going to divide it in 4 and take it that way over 4 weeks. So, without further ado, Kristen, are you ready for this?
Let's go.
Let's take it. We got a total of 6 wines here for Father's Day. So the first one here is the Domaine Mises. This is a rosé out of Languedoc, all estate fruits. Syrah Grenache Mourvèdre is the blend. Real fresh, fruity, watermelon-y kind of, the way classic rosés go. Of course, it's bone dry. This one does have a little bit of a spicy licorice to it, and some spice in some floral aromas, which might be a little bit different. But if you're going to do a grilled lobster, you may want to think about doing a grilled lobster salad or just the grilled lobster on its own with this on Father's Day. Man, what a great wine that would be to go along with that. Then we go on to one of the epic wines, the D7 District 7. This is their 2012 Cabernet Sauvignon out of Monterey. Now I know a lot of people don't think of Monterey being Cabernet country, and it's not, but when there is Cabernet there, it's allowed to hang for a long time. Like, to give you an example, these weren't even harvested until October, which is really, really late into the harvest season. What happens is they really get to develop a level of acidity. This is a lighter style Cabernet Sauvignon. It's fermented for 2 or 3 weeks, and then it's aged on a combination of American, French, and Hungarian oak. Short amount of time, probably about 6 months. Black fruit, kind of more like blueberry, lighter fruit. Certainly wouldn't consider it a dense Cabernet Sauvignon. So if you're looking for a big, heavy cab, this is not it, but this is a great food cab because of the acidity. Then we go on to a real cool label that I really like. This is called Almouved, is the name of the wine. Now this is the 2012, it's put out by Telmo Rodriguez. They call it the Almouved Tinto Joven, which this comes out of Alicante, which is in Levant, Spain. And it's 100% Mourvèdre, or what the Spaniards call Monastrell. I just tasted it right now. It's absolutely amazing. Comes from old vines, so if you like those, like red cherries, raspberries, nice soft tannins. If you're going to do like a cheese and charcuterie platter, this would be a great wine to do that with. It goes great with salami, and it's really versatile as far as cheeses go. It does, like I said, it has soft tannins, nothing firm, but once again, a great grilling wine. If you were going to do something with barbecue sauce, I'd also be looking at that wine. All right, let's take it to the next. Let's go with the Michael Muscardini Syrah. Here it is right here. I love what Michael Muscardini is doing. This here is, like I said, is his Syrah. Only 234 cases of this were made. Comes out of Dry Creek Valley, and specifically it comes from the Umti. Is it the Umti, Kristen? The Umti vineyards in Dry Creek in Sonoma. But he does pretty much all single vineyard is what he's known for. So he has a lot of long-standing contracts with a lot of vineyards that he gets his fruit from, and bottles them, makes them, and bottles them all is a single vineyard, which is kind of a going trend right now, but it certainly is always the hallmark of a higher end wine. Not all high-end wines are single vineyard, but almost all high-end wines though are single vineyard, if I said that right. But Michael Muscardini Syrah, just really, really well made. So get this, aged 12 months in oak, of which 30% is new. It's French oak. Real dark, intense wine. This it has that real leathery kind of clovey finish to it. Just a great, great wine if you're going to do something braised, if you're going to do tacos with this, or if you were going to do lamb over Father's Day weekend, if you're going to be grilling some lamb, I would certainly be looking towards this here. But once again, just keep an eye out for him because we do carry a lot of Michael Muscardini wines, but I really, really like what he's doing, and I think he has a real solid approach as to his vinification of wines. Then we're going to go over to the 2012. This is the Hall Merlot Napa Valley. God, what can I say about this? 80% Merlot, 15% Cabernet Sauvignon, and it does have a little splash, like 5% of Petit Verdot. 20 months on oak, of which 40% is new oak. In 2003 was when the Halls, they purchased a pretty historic winery called Bergfeld, and obviously it doesn't exist anymore, but that was an old historic winery that had been around for a couple of generations at least, or maybe a few generations here in California, in St. Helena specifically. And what they've done is they've converted it into this real kind of state-of-the-art vineyard that really specializes in energy efficiency and eco-design. And I think it's one of the leaders as to where vinification and winemaking and energy conservation within the vineyards, where all of this is going to take place. I would be looking at this vineyard because they're going to be the trendsetters. But just a great, great Merlot. I don't know if I mentioned to you, it's dark, intense like Merlot should be, or I should say like Merlot aged for this long should be, because it does have a fairly good amount of oak. I believe it's 20 months, I think is what I already said, right? 20 months on oak. But just kind of picture like fresh plums, but it does have this kind of grippiness to it, which isn't common of a lot of Merlots, but certainly common of Merlots that are aged for this long in oak, of which a good portion of it is new. Then, last but not least, Kristen, we're going to head on over to the Calcareous. Calcareous is the last wine on the tasting. This is their Cabernet Sauvignon. Love it. We spent some time there this summer, or I should say this February or March was when we were there. But this comes out of their York Mountain. This is Paso Robles, like I said, 93% Cabernet Sauvignon, 4% Cab Franc, and 3% Merlot. 31 months on a combination of French-American oak, of which 40% is new. So you can see these last wines here have really got a good influence of oak. So for those of you that are going to be grilling big red meats, I would definitely be looking at these three right here, especially if you're going to be grilling them. They've all got the oak. They've all got the oak presence, which is just going to go really well with a big fatty ribeye steak. So I hope you like the lineup. I think it's absolutely outstanding. I really love it, and I can't wait to see you all in. Cheers.